Hello, my name is swissbianco. In this video I will talk about the Swiss military and its manual. In this case, in this video, about the submachine gun 43-44. That means the Swiss name, the Swiss military name of the Suomi, what we call Suomi submachine gun. You see the pictures from this gun in a minute. Now what we have in front of the camera is a Apocalypse green soldier Swiss Army knife. I'm gonna use that limited edition for swissbianco for point some details out. And we have here the smaller greener manual, green color manual, that is basically for the soldier. It's a more modern version of the manual, and here we have a bit a bigger, a more older manual. This one is for the armorer, the Waffenmechaniker. So I did start collecting manuals in Switzerland long time ago because they contain a lot of information, and especially the Swiss military manuals you could buy back then for a cheap price that I could actually afford there, usually between $2 to about $7 or $10, something like that. As thinner they are, as cheaper. Say the assault rifle 1957 armorer manual is pretty thick. I'm gonna make a video about that later one day too, and those of course were a bit more expensive. But first we look through the green one. Basically the soldier would get this manual because he would use that submachine gun, and that is what he would study. You can always stop the video to look on it. Of course it is all in German. Those manuals they did in German, French and Italian, because I did live and grow up in the Swiss German speaking part of Switzerland. Of course I get it all in German, but that would be also available in French and Italian. Here we see already the gun itself, also simply field stripped. The soldier is not allowed to actually do gun or armorer work. That is restricted. We also see the weight of the gun with the 50 round drum, the coffin magazine. There is also a video on my channel about the 50 round coffin magazine. The magazine alone is over a kilo. The gun without the magazine is over 4.5 kilo. So it's pretty heavy submachine gun. It's more like a rifle back then, but the recoil is absolute soft. They talk about the different the selection of the fire, if you wanna shoot single shot or semi-automatic or fully automatic, and the sight for 100 or 200 millimeter. And here we have the coffin magazine with its 2 springs. Really interesting magazine, high price in USA. Here some of the parts that came with the gun, cleaning kit, the holder of 4 50 round magazines, the bag for the cleaning kit, the loader of the magazine itself, and the sling. This gun was mainly used also in World War II Switzerland. Here we see the trigger assembly of the fully automatic open bolt Suomi version, completely different than the semi-automatic striker fired one that I have in USA. Different position. Here it's ready to fire. Here is already the bolt in fired position. Explains just how it works technically. Then the ammunition, how to carry it, how to load it, how to aim it. Yeah, it's really interesting because the magazines has 50 round capacity as it's fully loaded. You need a charger. If you don't have the charger, they say you need to cut yourself a piece of wood and press it in with this, which will work. It's just a bit I did not see that before. So we learn every day something. One problem they had also with this gun, as the soldier is up on a truck and then he jumps down from the truck. If the magazine is loaded in the gun, the bolt is in the forward position. If the gun is not on safe, the bolt actually could move enough rearward position against the spring that it would chamber around and fire it. And with bad luck, in case the gun is on fully automatic, there could be even more, or if the ammunition is short loaded, that more than one would go off. Unfortunately, also about cleaning and greasing, the Suomi original receiver is really smooth in it. If there is something that would not allow the bolt to go all the way backwards and it stopped somehow and it's pressed back forward, it could result in a fully automatic firing by itself. So how it looks that it happened in Swiss military, so they did try to prevent that by with the safety and to not transport the gun with a loaded magazine. I did not have this gun in the Swiss military. I did never see anybody that had that gun still in 1990, as I did start with military in Switzerland, which was a completely wasted time for equipment and for other matters. I'm gonna do a video about this separate one day. But it was a different time. It's long gone. Also they say how to unload the gun. Suomi is relative. Yeah, with that magazine and all, you have to look that it is really empty. The Suomi is a pretty nice Finnish construction. It works pretty well if you know how and all. The gun works well with that open bolt, but on some details it's really heavy. It's basically like a Thompson submachine gun, if you ever had a real one of those, made out of steel and wood and not the aluminum lightweight version. It's really heavy for what it is. But there is also drum magazines. Swiss military, as best as I know, they did not have the drum magazine, so you can shoot over 70 rounds at one string if you want with fully automatic. Recoil is really low, so that is the benefit then. Yeah, about shooting over other people or on the side of it, it's also about safety, of course. Then the how to use the gun as you are on guard, how the bullet drops on the different distances. They give the maximum range with 2,300 meters. That would be slightly shot in an angle up. And then of course the gute alte Munitionsbefehl. Yeah, they at the end of all training they say yes, you cannot take home a single bullet, not a case or a fully ammunition. You cannot do that, it's banned, you know. I still hear him say that. Yeah. Long time ago. And never again. Finish. And there is how to storage it, how to prevent it from stealing. Most of the time they took out the bolts and all that. If you want to read that, just stop the manual. That is that much. Now we come to the more interesting part for the armorer. It's a bit a bigger one. And also it says always only for the military use, the Swiss military use. Yeah. And the funny thing is that was made by the military that was in Worblaufen. As best as I know, this is gone. That's a little city next to where I did grow up on the way to Bern, and the warp train did always go there too. And I saw them. I was never in there. Just here we see fully picture of the gun itself with the wood stock. We never had a short version or a folding stock or something like that. A simple disassembly with the bolt and the spring out. The more complex disassembly, the barrel shroud you can take off too to remove the barrel. On the side here, is the charging handle. On the below here, that's the safety fire selector. That part here is for magazine lock, and this part here slides back up is for bayonet lock, the barrel shroud with the barrel. The cap is yes, it's a thread behind, that's just screwed on. Here we see the bolt, long extractor, the coffin magazine. Again, what comes with the gun. There we have the Handhabung. I have to move a bit forward. It's basically the same as we saw in the other manual, and then they repeat that too. Here we see what they use for grease or oil for the different parts. That's something else. Then again, it's how the gun works. It's basically the same as we saw before. Here it's gonna start in earnest how to take out the trigger assembly. It's a simple hook design. In front it's hooked in, and then in the rear you have a screw. That are the parts in the trigger assembly. Then you can take off the receiver from the stock and the magazine lock. Charging handle. This one is not that easy. I don't like it too much. And then the extractor, by those you need to be careful that they could break with a screwdriver. That's not 100% correct, but it's, again, it's for the armorer. It's for the armorer that is possible. Then they talk how to use it, how to check that it works, and yeah, that pretty much is it already. It's a rather simple gun in this regards. Yeah, then we are out. It's a rather simple gun to maintain, and the dimension of the parts inside were relative strong. It's not a Swiss design, it's a Finnish design, so it was made for winter war and all that. Pretty durable. Only few details that did not work out too well in the construction in my regards. It is not that there are not that many tools needed to work on this. You simply swap the parts and finish. So that works pretty well, and compared to the later Sturmgewehr 90, the SIG 550 system, which is an absolute nightmare to work on. One of the worst constructions designs in the Swiss military fully automatic version that I ever saw in my life, that I ever did a study on. That is completely the opposite. So that much about the Suomi Swiss submachine version, the MP4344 manual for the soldier and for the armorer.